I'm Dan Volusia, and welcome to another edition of Shooting Plink. You know, here a while back I showed you the Shooting Targets7 Ultra Mega target that I had, the big one that was an AR 600 that we're going to be setting up out at Cedar Oaks. Well, I'm going to be doing a whole remake out at Cedar Oaks as far as targets go, and it's pretty much all going to be the Shooting Target7 setup. Well, one of those is one that I'll also be using here in our airgun range, and I'll be using it out there, both places. And it's a KYL, in other words, know your limits. And I'll tell you, this one will definitely put you to your limits. And what it is it comes on a stand, and I'll be showing you here, all of these are parts for it. It isn't that difficult. There's a lot of parts, but it's not that difficult to put together. There's only one tool that you use, which I'll be talking about. And let's see, I got part of it already together because I didn't want to sit here and do all this in front of camera. These are the legs, and then you have this right here. This is the rod that goes through, and then you put all the targets on it. And I'll show you this too, coming up shortly. I've got one of these that I have not completely put together, and I'll show you what you do. Here's the legs. It goes right into here, and I'll show you the piece. And that's what we'll start with, the legs, so that you know it's all ready together. Here it is right here. You can see here, this is the same way on both of them. Both sides are that way. They slip right down inside of here. You put this in here, and you line up the hole. And after you get the hole lined up, you take this pin right here. And we're going to be getting down below and doing everything else. And then you get that in there. And you get it through there, which hanging up in the air like this is kind of hard, but you can see I got it. And there it is right there, and then you just snap that right down over there, and you're ready to go. So the legs are together. Now we're not going to have to worry about that. And this tube right here will slide right in there. You don't need a tool for that either. And right here, you got these spacers. That's what these are. This right here is the collar. That's the only thing you use a tool for. And I'll show you something that I do. I'll take this tool, I'll use it as a measuring device. Something the company really doesn't tell you. They just let you do it to however you really want to do it. Because you have to have enough space between these when you slide a target on that they're not going to tighten up. You could slam these two, because you got two of these collars. You could put them together so tight they wouldn't swing back and forth, and the idea is to get them to swing, which you'll see in a little bit. So what I do is when I tighten it, I'll take it just like that. Now see the end of that? Just right to the end of here. You do that on the other end after you get them all on there, and it puts it just about right to swing good, especially for air guns, because the one we're putting together, this KYL, is strictly for air guns and rimfire. 22 LR basically. Or, in my case, as you know, I shoot a lot of quiet ammo, like the Aguila Colabre, Super Colabre, and CCI, both of their quiets, the Quiet 22 and the Quiet Auto 22. Anyway, we're going to talk about these, show you how you put it together. You've got all of these paddles, and what I want it to do is by 1/4 of an inch each one. That's the increments as it goes down. There's 8 of them. And we're going to start with the biggest one down here on this end, and we're going to go to the smallest one on that end, and that's how I'm going to want to set it up. I mean, you could do it any way you want, but that's the best way. Now here's the large one. This is large. Look at that. That's a 2-inch. That's right, 2-inch. You just take it, you slide it down just like that. That's the first one. Then you take another spacer and you put that on. You go to the next paddle, which this one is going to be 1 3/4 inch. And another spacer. Just like that. Reach around here, and this one is the next size. See, they're going downward in size. So you know what's going to happen with the small one. It's going to be real small. So I'll shut the camera off here, and we're going to come back, and these are all going to be put on. Okay, we're down to our last one, and it's the 1/4 inch one right there. And we'll put this last spacer on, and now the collar. Now this is what I said, you don't want to go too tight with it, because if you tighten it up too much, you would bring them together. So as I said, I want to keep them a little looser. Put it just about like I'd said. Set that right there. And then I will tighten this. And I think I got it just about where I want it. They're swinging good. You want to make sure that they got a good swing to them. And then what I want to do too, is you notice I'm kind of messing around with these screws. I want to make sure that these set screws are pointing upward. Now why would I want to point them upward? And of course, you can do that after you get it there, because it will adjust inside of there. You don't want them so like if you happen to be a real wild shooter and you're hitting way up here, you don't want to hit those screws. Now what we're going to do, so we're going to get down here and I'll show you. We're going to put this into those legs I'd showed you. Okay, we've got it here. Like you see, I've got them so that they're swinging just right. These aren't too loose, they're just perfect for swinging. And now you're going to put the legs on. And we'll get this one on first. And I'll tell you, it's cold out here, and you can imagine this metal feels really cold. And you get that on there, and then you can see it will go just like that. Now you take the other one, and we'll put it on there. Do the same thing. It's hard to even get your hands there than it's this cold. There we go. Got it set up just like that. And they're swinging good, so that when you shoot them, you can see they're not flopping all over. These spacers are doing their job. Again, I took that wrench, I'll grab it. I took that wrench, and that's how I measured them out. Just about like that, right to the end of that conduit, and that's just about the right spacing for it. It just works perfect, but that's the only tool you're going to use, is just to tighten those. And I have got it from left to right. If you want to go the other way, it doesn't make any difference. It's up to the person. But it doesn't take much to make those swing. And in another video, we're going to be shooting at these. Well, you can see how easy that was to set up. And what makes it nice is it's good for transportation for, well, such as we're going to do, because we're going to be using it both here at the air gun range and also out there for air guns and regular rimfire, because this is air guns and rimfire again. That's what this KYL is, and it's know your limit. And I think that first 4, from there on, I'm going to have a hard time hitting them, but we'll find out when we shoot it, and we're going to be doing that in another video. And I'm also setting up some other things. They got a lot of good sales on that site right now. And one of them is with their super lock system, which is one that they're doing away with because they're going to replace it with the Ultra Mega. Well, the super lock system, I'm thinking about getting one of those complete setups. It's just like that, but with the AR500 targets. And they've got them, I think maybe it's just the medium ones, I'm not sure, that's on sale, but I'm going to get the medium one, the AR500, the 1/4 inch one. I think it's a 1/4 inch AR500. And they've also got some of the AR400s, but and that's also on sale. But I think they're like they're normally $200 and some, and I got them for $100 and something. Very, very good deal. Anyhow, I'm thinking about getting one of those, and maybe even taking that AR600 that I showed you, because you could use these for other things, and taking and getting a regular hanger bracket for that and putting that in the middle, and then have the AR500s on the either side of them. I really don't know. I'm using some T-post hangers. I just got a shipment in today with some of them. Well, no, I do have some, come to think of it. I got the hangers because I'm setting up a deal there, but that's going to be at the 25-yard range. Then I want to set up another thing at the 50-yard range. And again, we'll have another video on that as to how we finally get this all set up with the Shooting Targets7 system. It's pretty much, it's probably going to be 90-some% the Shooting Target7 targets that we have out there at Cedar Oaks. And again, we'll have a video on that. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.